Mississippi is often called one of the most haunted states in the U.S. because of its rich history, deep cultural roots, and tales of mysterious happenings. Its old buildings, dense woods, and misty riverbanks are the backdrop for stories of restless spirits, eerie sounds, and unexplained events that have been passed down through generations. The mix of history, folklore, and southern charm gives Mississippi a hauntingly unique atmosphere. Now, we will visit the most haunted places in Mississippi. Number 1. King's Tavern. King's Tavern in Natchez, Mississippi, is widely regarded as one of the most haunted places in the state, blending history, mystery, and ghostly legends. Built in the late 1700s, it is the oldest building in Natchez and has a dark past that fuels its eerie reputation. Originally a post office and tavern, it later became an inn and a gathering spot for locals and travelers. Over the years, its history became intertwined with tales of murder, betrayal, and restless spirits. One of the most chilling stories tied to King's Tavern involves a young woman named Madeline. According to legend, Madeline was a mistress of the tavern's original owner, Richard King. When Richard's wife discovered their affair, it is believed she orchestrated Madeline's murder. Her body, along with 2 others, was supposedly discovered in the 1930s during renovations. The remains were hidden in the chimney, cementing the building's haunted reputation. Visitors and employees claim that Madeline's spirit still lingers in the tavern. Many have reported seeing her apparition, described as a woman in 18th century clothing. She's known for playful yet unsettling behavior, such as moving objects, locking doors, and causing cold spots in certain areas of the building. Another spine-chilling tale centers around the skeletal remains of 2 additional bodies found with Madeline's. Some believed they were victims of outlaws who frequented the tavern. These spirits are thought to haunt the tavern as well, adding to the mysterious energy of the place. Employees have shared numerous ghostly encounters, such as hearing phantom footsteps, disembodied voices, and even laughter when no one else is present. Some patrons have claimed to feel invisible hands brushing against them, or to see glasses move on their own. The old mirror in the tavern is also a source of fascination, as ghostly faces are said to occasionally appear in its reflection. Despite its haunted reputation, King's Tavern remains a popular destination for history enthusiasts and thrill seekers. The building's rustic charm, combined with its spooky legends, makes it an unforgettable experience for those who visit. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, King's Tavern's eerie atmosphere and tragic stories are enough to send a chill down anyone's spine. Number 2. Linden Historic Bed and Breakfast. The Linden Historic Bed and Breakfast in Natchez, Mississippi, is not only a beautifully preserved antebellum mansion, but also one of the most haunted places in the state. Built in the late 18th century, the home has a rich history filled with southern charm, elegance, and a few ghostly tales that intrigue visitors and locals alike. The mansion's long-standing reputation for paranormal activity makes it a favorite destination for both history buffs and those curious about the supernatural. One of the most famous ghost stories tied to Linden involves the spirit of a little girl. Guests have often reported seeing a young girl in a long white dress wandering through the house. She is described as playful yet mysterious, sometimes seen running down the grand staircase or peering through windows. One eerie account tells of guests hearing the sound of a child giggling in the middle of the night, only to discover no children were staying at the property. Another spectral resident of Linden is believed to be a woman in a flowing gown, often associated with the antebellum period. Guests and staff have reported seeing her appear near the windows or in the garden. This ghostly figure is thought to be connected to the home's rich history and the many lives that passed through its halls during the 19th century. In addition to apparitions, unexplained phenomena are frequently reported at Linden. Doors are said to open and close on their own. Footsteps echo through empty hallways, and some visitors have felt an invisible presence watching them. A few have even described sudden, unexplained drops in temperature or the sensation of being lightly touched by unseen hands. The Linden Historic Bed and Breakfast's haunted reputation is further enhanced by its authentic ambience. The house retains much of its original architecture and furnishings, offering a glimpse into the past. Guests staying overnight often remark on the mansion's uncanny ability to transport them back in time, sometimes too vividly, thanks to its ghostly residents. Despite the hauntings, Linden is celebrated for its warm hospitality and rich history. The stories of ghostly encounters only add to its allure, making it a must-visit destination for those seeking a mix of Southern elegance and supernatural intrigue. Whether drawn by its history or its ghosts, visitors to Linden often leave with unforgettable memories and perhaps a chilling tale or two. Number 3. Chapel of the Crossum. The Chapel of the Cross in Madison, Mississippi, is a stunning Gothic revival church that holds more than just architectural beauty. It's known as one of the most haunted places in the state. Built in 1852, the chapel has a storied history filled with love, loss, and tragedy, which some believe is the reason for its paranormal activity. Nestled among ancient oak trees and surrounded by a historic cemetery, the Chapel of the Cross exudes an eerie yet captivating atmosphere that draws history buffs, ghost hunters, and curious visitors alike. The most famous ghost story associated with the chapel is that of Helen Johnstone, the daughter of the church's benefactor, Johnstone White. Helen was deeply in love with a man named Henry Vick, and the two were set to marry. Tragically, just days before their wedding in 1859, Henry was killed in a duel. Heartbroken, Helen buried him in the chapel's cemetery and spent the rest of her life mourning him. Visitors claim that Helen's spirit still lingers near Henry's grave, dressed in mourning attire, weeping or wandering the grounds as if searching for her lost love. Many witnesses have reported seeing a spectral figure believed to be Helen, especially during twilight hours or on misty evenings. Some have described hearing soft sobbing sounds near Henry's grave, while others claim to feel an overwhelming sense of sadness when visiting the cemetery. Helen's devotion to her fans and her deep grief seem to have bound her spirit to the site, keeping her story alive even in death. The cemetery itself is another hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors have reported ghostly figures moving between the headstones, mysterious lights flickering in the dark, and the sound of footsteps echoing through the still night air. Some have also experienced the sensation of being watched, adding to the unsettling aura of the chapel grounds. Inside the chapel, eerie occurrences have been reported as well. Church staff and visitors have claimed to hear faint whispers or unexplained noises, especially during quiet moments. The chapel's timeless architecture and dim lighting only enhance the feeling of stepping into a place where the past lingers closely to the present. Despite its haunted reputation, the Chapel of the Cross is a cherished landmark, blending beauty and mystery. Its ghostly tales, particularly Helen's tragic love story, continue to fascinate and draw visitors seeking to experience its hauntingly poignant atmosphere. Number 4. Waverly Mansion Road. Waverly Mansion, located near West Point, Mississippi, is a grand antebellum home steeped in history, beauty, and eerie legends. Built in the 1850s, the mansion is an architectural marvel, known for its unique octagonal cupola and intricate design. However, it is just as famous for its reputation as one of Mississippi's most haunted locations. Abandoned for decades before being restored in the 20th century, Waverly Mansion became a hotspot for ghostly tales, drawing countless visitors eager to uncover its mysteries. One of the most well-known hauntings at Waverly Mansion is the story of the little girl. According to legend, a young child who lived or visited the mansion tragically passed away, possibly from illness or an accident. Visitors and former residents have frequently reported seeing the apparition of a little girl wandering the halls or peering out from the cupola. Her laughter and occasional sobs have also been heard, echoing through the otherwise empty house. The child is often described as playful but sad, her presence leaving an indelible impression on those who encounter her. Another chilling tale involves the mysterious sounds of a piano playing when no one is in the room. The mansion once hosted lavish parties and gatherings, and some believe the ghostly music is a remnant of those bygone celebrations. Visitors have also reported hearing disembodied footsteps, voices, and even faint conversations, as if the house still holds echoes of its lively past. The mansion's long abandoned period before restoration only added to its haunted reputation. During those years, locals often told stories of strange lights flickering in the windows and shadowy figures seen moving inside, even though the property was unoccupied. Some claim that spirits of past residents, or perhaps Civil War soldiers who passed through the area, continue to roam the grounds. Even outside the mansion, the surrounding Waverly property is shrouded in an eerie atmosphere. The road leading to the mansion is lined with ancient trees, their gnarled branches creating a tunnel-like canopy that seems to whisper with the wind. This setting has given rise to additional tales of ghostly apparitions seen along the path, often described as shadowy figures or glowing orbs. Today, Waverly Mansion is a historical landmark, drawing visitors for its stunning architecture and haunted history. The combination of its tragic past, ghostly encounters, and atmospheric location make it one of Mississippi's most captivating and haunted destinations.